Right guys, let's start shooting. We only have the budget for one take, so let's make this quick. Chop chop. You know what? Hold up. Let me do the camera work, right? Help me. Yeah, so essentially if you guys are wondering what the hell that was, each time the character is running away from some sort of creature or the wreckage, that's how it's filmed. Every single time. It's like they gave these high-end cameras to a bunch of kindergarten students and told them to go play with the cast members, and somehow the footage from the cameras found its way into the final cut of the film. How did this happen? How do you review your film in post-production and go like, yes, this is perfect, just the right amount of shaky, maybe increase the shakiness a bit more, max out the volume gain, and yeah, it's perfect to confuse the audience so they don't know what the hell is going on. And speaking of the audio, sometimes during the movie they sound all muffled and you don't exactly know what they're saying, and then at other times they crank the volume gain all the way to 200% just for that loudness, because everything that's louder is better, right guys? Why are you trying to make me deaf? Calm down. Underwater was directed by some guy that we don't really care about or know about, and it stars transgender Justin Bieber. Tim Miller is in the film too, but he's not that important. Judging by the poster, I thought it was a shark movie, you know. I was all juiced up on caffeine and excited to head into this film, and I was kind of disappointed because it was not a shark movie, but we have some cool ass creatures. But unfortunately, the movie is shit. Underwater is essentially the off-brand, rip-off China version of Aliens, but it's underwater. I'm not kidding. They rip off so many things, like trying to make Kristen Stewart Ellen, the new Ellen Ripley. You know, we got her running around in the panties, her fighting these alien sort of creatures. Guys, it didn't work. Okay, anyways, what's the story about, you ask? Well, essentially there's this underwater exploration company that dug 7 miles below the ocean. Yes, 7 miles. They have tunnels and stations and all sorts of high-tech equipment for research purposes. Now, what I kinda like about this film is that it starts off with a bang, right? It starts right away. There's no sort of, character development, no exchange of dialogue. We're just in it, right? The tunnels start exploding and shit, and we're in it, right? So the first 15 minutes is exciting, and then it slows down. Now, usually when a film does this, they will most times, attempt to at least flesh out the characters as we progress through the story. But no, these are bland and boring pieces of planks just going about their day. I mean, you really just want them all to die and let the creatures win. I mean, come on, you got the person with a more blank face than Brie Larson as your lead character, and you expect this film to be exciting? Oh, Kristen Stewart as the lead in this film. What a bloody great casting choice. A bloody job well done. The second act is where it gets freaking boring. Such a bore. I almost fell asleep even though things were happening. It was uninteresting. You don't really care what's happening. Can we just get these creatures fighting these humans and just let them kill the humans, man? That's entertainment right there. But they're just moving some rubble, going through tunnels. It's so boring. It was such a chore to get through the film. I mean, I checked my phone multiple times begging for this film to end. I even replied to an email from my uni, and I never answer those things. Now, I will say the creatures, the design, I mean, they're creepy little shits, right? I mean, have you seen those top 10 unidentified creatures, all those clickbait YouTube videos with the shitty thumbnails and stuff like that, and then you watch the video and it's just one picture of a 144p picture taken 50 years ago. Yeah, the creatures sort of look like one of those creatures in the thumbnail. They're really cool, they're creepy, but we don't really get to see them a lot, and they do show them only like in the second act, towards the end of the second act, so we don't really get much of them. And once again, another thing that I liked is that they took the route to unveil these creatures only later in the film, and you can't just show them all at once, right? I mean, that's just killing the suspense. You gotta slowly build it and then reveal the creature, kind of like Jurassic Park, where Steven Spielberg did a phenomenal job just just building the suspense with the dinosaurs, and only towards the end we saw the entire T-Rex. And I think that was one of the positives, one of the very few positives of Underwater. So essentially the first two acts are fine, I guess, really boring at times, especially with the really stale dialogue and Tim Miller's forced comedy. Really didn't do any favors. I didn't laugh once. None of them landed for me. I think a couple of girls were laughing, but yeah, I mean, even the general audience member, didn't like it. Kristen Stewart is Kristen Stewart with her fantastic levels of enthusiasm matching the quantity of chips in a Lay's bag. Exactly, minimum to non-existent. So this film at times looks pretty good. They clearly had a decent budget, you know, good looking suits, the CGI for the creatures were acceptable, and the whole station and pods looked fine all in. Now, as you saw in the intro, the thing that absolutely triggered me is the scenes where stuff was going on, where the creatures, you know, were trying to get their hands on the humans, and you know, they're trying to avoid the wreckage and stuff like that. I couldn't see what the hell was going on, right? I mean, it was not only was it dark for like half the movie, since they were like 7 miles underwater. Yes, you gotta make it realistic. Yes, it is dark down there, not much lighting. Okay, fine, but you make half the movie dark? I mean, we literally can't see anything that's going on. Look, I'm a young guy. My vision is probably at its peak point right now, and even I didn't know what the hell was going on. What do you expect like someone older to, you know, see? They can't see anything. I couldn't even tell which of the characters were dead at times, and then like 3 minutes later, when I thought they were dead, they show up on screen and I was like, oh, they're alive, so I guess it's the other one. Because not only is it dark, the shaky cam, the quick cut, the creatures flying all over the place with the fucking algae and stuff like that. You don't know what's going on, okay? Bottom line. They also kind of blew a huge and pointless load during the climax. I mean, it was something that definitely caught my attention, but they never even use it. Like, what's wrong with you? That was something I was anticipating and then you don't even use it. What? I would love to tell you what it is, but I'm keeping this spoiler free in case any of you want to go ahead and waste your money on this, but don't, right? Just wait for 1917 to come out this Thursday or something. Go watch that. I heard it was phenomenal. I'm definitely going to watch it and review it. So save your money. Don't watch this pile of shit, right? 1917 is the way to go. Oh, guess what, guys? They even had the audacity. They had the audacity to hint and confidently tell us that there might be a sequel to Underwater. You absolute morons! Bottom line is, I couldn't understand what the characters were saying at times. I couldn't see what the hell was going on through half the movie because it was dark, and I had no idea what's going on during the quick-paced scenes because of the disgusting abuse of shaky cam. This is definitely a January film. It belongs in the bin alongside Grudge, and I'm gonna give this pile of shit a C-. It really is slightly below average, and with my grade I think I'm being very generous because I honestly think it deserves a D, but you know what, some things look good. I guess the first 15 minutes were fine. Yeah, that's about it. I really don't recommend it. Please don't waste your money on this, but as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys for my next review, 1917, probably this Thursday. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Ciao.